The year is 2050, and Animal Crossing Newest Horizons just launched on the Nintendo Switch 2 after a 30-year gap between the last entry. Is that the future we can expect? Well, probably not, but we might be waiting a while yet for the next Animal Crossing game, whether that's a spin-off or a main series entry. Now, whilst I'm personally of the belief that it won't take as long as it did between New Leaf and New Horizons due to the immense success of the latter game, there are some factors which may actually be holding off any more Animal Crossing content for the near future. You might be thinking the answer here is Splatoon 3, but honestly, it's not. Although Nintendo has been working hard on that, they have separate development teams for different franchises. There's actually only a little bit of overlap between the Animal Crossing and Splatoon teams, the most notable being this cool dude Hisashi Nogami, who might have given us the best meme from a Nintendo employee ever. The answer is actually Animal Crossing itself and what is currently going on for the franchise. Although Animal Crossing New Horizons has basically been abandoned and we're being forced to wander our islands aimlessly, occasionally chatting with Bob, who's probably sick of us after 2 long years of on and off abandonment, there's one Animal Crossing game that hasn't been left in the dust, and that's Pocket Camp. Animal Crossing Pocket Camp is a spin-off of the main games and was released on mobile devices in October 2017. To most of us, we know it as the game that is still receiving exciting new items and content updates on a monthly basis. We've all seen those crazy images of those exciting new items that we wish were in Animal Crossing New Horizons, but sadly, no luck. The truth is, Pocket Camp is still pretty popular, but more than that, it's profitable. This is a game that is full of microtransactions, so although these items look cool, you'll have to sell Raymond on the dark web to be able to afford them. This is a game that has generated millions in profit, over 250 million to be exact. That is a lot of bells. So, despite being nearly 5 years old, the game is still frequently updated. In fact, Nintendo still regularly shares news updates for the game on their official website, whilst New Horizons gets nothing. I think Nintendo realizes they have a pretty good thing going with Pocket Camp. After all, it's developed by a third party, so they don't actually have to take the time to create the updates themselves, just contract a separate company to do so. From a money stance, it makes sense to keep Pocket Camp the focus because it continually makes them so much money. Given that this game is a spin-off, I find it hard to believe that Nintendo would drop another Animal Crossing spin-off game until they stop updating Pocket Camp. After all, they might feel like they don't need to fix something that isn't broken, if that makes sense. Personally, I think Pocket Camp is a fine game. It's not my favorite, but hey, it's there. It has some cool items, but after 5 years, I wish Nintendo would just let it go and try something new. Even a new mobile game would be interesting to try out, but ideally, I'd like the next Animal Crossing spin-off to be on the Switch. I don't think my wallet could handle Pocket Camp 2, especially if they're aiming at making another 250 million. However, that is not the only factor that could be holding back the next Animal Crossing game. We also have the matter of Happy Home Paradise DLC, something that isn't even a year old as of me making this video. Although this technically isn't a separate game, it practically is. The DLC was heavily inspired by Happy Home Designer, the first Animal Crossing spin-off for the 3DS. This game was enjoyed at the time, but didn't really have a long-lasting effect. People were too busy with the amazing Amiibo Festival. So it made sense for them to reuse this concept as a DLC for New Horizons. Although there's slightly more content in the 3DS version, Happy Home Paradise is pretty expansive for a DLC. That's another reason why it stands out as a spin-off in its own right. That shows me that likely Nintendo won't be rushing to release another spin-off game so they can keep selling copies of Happy Home Paradise, especially since it's a big perk for their Nintendo Switch Online membership deal. We also have to consider that from Nintendo's point of view, these games are supposed to be played day by day and realistically should last you for years, so there's no rush on their part to release another game. However, I don't want this video to be all doom and gloom. As I said at the start, I sincerely doubt it'll be another 7 years between main series games, like with New Horizons and New Leaf. The immense success of New Horizons shows that the franchise is a household name now and that people will absolutely lap up any Animal Crossing content that Nintendo wants to release. Nintendo is a business first and foremost, and profits are important. Releasing anything Animal Crossing is a surefire way to make profits, and that's an opportunity that I don't think they'll want to pass by. We also have to remember that although it was 7 years between New Horizons and New Leaf, In that time, we got Happy in Paradise, Amiibo Festival, Pocket Camp, an appearance in Smash, another appearance within Mario Kart 8, and even a huge update for New Leaf. That was all because of the success of New Leaf, so imagine how much more we could get due to the success of New Horizons. Yeah, we may have to wait a little while for whatever is next, but I'm cautiously optimistic about the future of the franchise. I think whatever we get next, they'll have learned a lot of lessons from New Horizons, some which they've already showed off in Happy in Paradise and the 2.0 update. For now, we'll have to keep our eyes out. If Nintendo does announce that they're stopping updating Pocket Camp, this tells me that the next Animal Crossing game may be on the horizon, no pun intended. But what do you think? Let me know in the comment section down below when you think we'll see the next Animal Crossing game. Have you played Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, and what do you think about it? If you made it to the end, then be sure to comment Bob's Gang down below. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like to support the content, and be sure to subscribe and turn on channel notifications for more Animal Crossing. I want to say thank you to these channel members for supporting me and the content that I make here. Their contributions allow me to keep making videos. If you want to support these videos and get some great perks for doing so, like access to our members only Discord, exclusive Bob emojis, and much more, then click the join button down below the video or the link in the description.